Hello children, welcome to Lucid Study. This is Indira. Now I am going to explain a topic of motion and time from grade 7, chapter 4 from AP and Telangana state government. So now let us see our objectives. So what is meant by rest and motion? Let us discuss in this lesson. Next, uniform motion and non-uniform motion. Translatory motion. Rotatory motion, oscillatory motion. Like this, we will discuss different types of motions with examples. Slow and fast motion, time and its units, speed and its units. So let's get started with our topic. So before going to start with motion and time, so let us discuss rest and motion. What is meant by rest? Abba. చక్క రెస్ట్ అంటే ఆగిపోవడం, మోషన్ మూవ్ అవ్వడం. విత్ మూమెంట్ ఈస్ కాల్డ్ యాజ్ మోషన్, వితౌట్ మూమెంట్ ఈస్ కాల్డ్ యాజ్ రెస్ట్. ఈజ్ that simple? No. So let us discuss in detail what is rest. Simple definition of rest. What is meant by rest? The simple definition of rest is if an object does not changes its position from one place to another place with respect to time and surroundings is called as rest. If an object changes its position from one place to another place with respect to time and surroundings is called as motion. So let us see with examples. Suppose you can observe birds flying in the sky, buses, autos moving on the road, trains moving on the track. So all of them are in motion. Okay. So you observe different objects like electric poles, display boards, trees, buildings are in motion while you are walking. Are in motion while you are walking. Getting this point, children? They are in motion? Yes, they are in motion while you are walking, but they are at rest. How is that? Let us see with one more example. Yes, observe this picture. So when you are observing this picture, a car is moving on the road, and what is happening to the trees? They are moving backward, isn't it? A person who is sitting in the car, how it appears, the trees and different objects, they are moving backwards, and a person in the car moving front. Is it the car is moving right or the trees are moving left? Both are in motion or both are at rest? So let us discuss in detail. See here, when you are sitting in the car, the trees are moving backwards with respect to the point of reference. Where is the point of reference or point of observation? That is very important here, children. So who is observing is very important. For the person who is sitting in the car, it appears to be, the tree appears to be in motion. Okay. For the person who is standing outside, with respect to the surroundings, the tree appears to be at rest. Repeating, children. For the person who is sitting in the car, the tree appears to be in motion. Why? Because with respect to that person, they are moving backward. Okay. So with respect to the surroundings, మన చుట్టుపక్కల దాన్ని అబ్జర్వ్ చేసుకుంటే ట్రీ అనేది రెస్ట్లో ఉంటుంది. ఓకే. సో విత్ రెస్పెక్ట్ టు ద సరౌండింగ్స్ ఇట్ ఈజ్ ఎట్ రెస్ట్. విత్ రెస్పెక్ట్ టు ద డ్రైవర్ in the car, it is at motion. Okay. So rest and motion are relative here. Yes, rest and motion are relative. So here if you observe these questions with respect to the picture, what difference do you notice in the position of the car? The car is changing its position. It is moving. Yes. So it is changing its position. So I can say that it is in motion. What difference do you observe in the position of the tree? It is also moving backward, with respect to the point is very important here. The frame of reference or the point of reference is very important. So with respect to the car, it is in motion, but with respect to the surroundings, tree is at rest. So why is this difference occurred? So because of the point of observation or frame of reference is this difference we are going to see. Did the car had moved to the right or tree had moved to the left? So both are true in that case. Car is moving to the right, whereas tree is moving to the left. That both the statements are correct. But here the observation point is with respect to the surroundings, the car is in motion. With respect to the surroundings, the tree is at rest. So observe these pictures, children. So see here, this is a gate and here is the car which is at the back of the gate. Here what is happening is the car has moved to front and here is the gate. So by observing the positions here, let us discuss the following section. The distance between the car and the driver changes? No. The distance between the car and the gate of the house is changed? Yes. The distance between the car and the gate of the house is changed. There is no change in the position of the gate of the house with respect to the surroundings. So tick the options for this. The distance between the car and the driver changes. No, the statement is wrong. The distance between the driver and the car is not going to change. The distance between the car and the gate of the house is changed. Yes, the statement is correct. There is no change in the position of the gate of the house with respect to its surroundings. Yes, it is true. There is no change in the position of the car with respect to the surroundings. No, it is false. So keep it. So just like this, do this activity, children. So now let us discuss about rest and motion or how they are relative. So observe, children, here. This is a picture, a parachute in the air. There are two persons sitting inside, person B and person C. A person is standing on the road, person A. So now let us discuss what is the position of the persons with respect to the road and with respect to the parachute. So the persons who are moving in the parachute, person B and person C, with respect to each other, how they appear? They are at rest with respect to each other. With respect to person C, person B is at rest. With respect to person B, person C is at rest. How the persons are with person B and C with respect to the person A? They are moving. They are in motion. How the person A appears as to be for the persons who are B and C? He is in motion. How they appear he is in motion? Because they are moving. Okay. So person B and C are in motion with respect to person A. With respect to person B and C, with respect to each other, they are at rest. How is the parachute with respect to person A? It is in motion. So here, with the point of reference, with the observing person, it is going to change. So with respect to some objects, they are at rest. With respect to some objects, they are in motion. So here I can see that rest and motion are relative to each other. Person B and C ఎలా కనిపిస్తారు? రోడ్డు మీద ఉన్న పర్సన్ ఏకి మోషన్లో కనబడతారు. పర్సన్ బి పర్సన్ సికి ఎలా కనిపిస్తుంది? హీ ఈజ్ అట్ రెస్ట్. ఆమె కదలట్లేదు, రెస్ట్లో ఉన్నట్టు కనబడుతుంది. పర్సన్ సికి పర్సన్ బి ఎలా కనబడతాడు? he is at rest. కదలకుండా ఉన్నట్టు కనబడతారు. సో హియర్ రెస్ట్ మోషన్ రెండు కూడా రిలేటివ్ అన్నమాట. With respect to some objectives, they are in rest. With respect to some objectives, they are in motion. So let us see some examples. So a person who is rowing a boat in the river, how he is at rest or he is in motion? Let us discuss. With respect to the river, the boat is moving. So the boat is in motion. With respect to the boat, a boy is sitting in the boat. How he appears? He is at rest. With respect to the river, the boat is in motion. With respect to the boat, the boy is in the rest. Next, see one more example of riding bicycle. So when a person is riding bicycle, with respect to the seat of the bicycle, the person is at rest. With respect to the road, how the person appears to be? He is in motion. Yes, children. So here the object with the point of reference is varying. With respect to the seat, the person is at rest. With respect to the road, the person is moving. He is in motion. One more example. Girls swinging in the garden. So when two girl and boy are swinging in the garden, so how they appear? For the surroundings, for the garden surroundings, they appear to be at motion. But for the seat of the swing, they appear to be at rest. ఈ సీట్కి ఎలా కనబడతారు? వాళ్ళు రెస్ట్ కింద కనబడతారు. సరౌండింగ్ ఉన్న ఆ గార్డెన్లో ఉన్న ట్రీస్కి దే ఆర్ ఇన్ మోషన్. సో అండర్స్టూడ్ చిల్డ్రన్? సో రెస్ట్ అండ్ మోషన్ ఆర్ relative to each other. So what is meant by rest and what is meant by motion? So if an object does not changes its position from one place to another place with respect to time and surroundings is called as rest. If an object changes its position from one place to another place with respect to time and surroundings is called as motion. So clear children? Here rest and motion are relative to each other. If for one set of objects they appear to be at rest, for another set of objects they appear to be in motion. The point of reference is very important here. Observe these pictures. So here is the clock and here is a butterfly moving in the garden. What changes do you observe here? So here the dial of the clock is moving, isn't it? Here the butterfly is also moving. But here if you observe, the dial of the clock covers equal distances in equal intervals of time. But the butterfly, when it is on one flower, it may take the nectar for some time and go to the another flower. So here it is not going to cover equal distances. It is going to cover unequal distances in equal intervals of time. What do we call these terms? So that is uniform motion and non-uniform motion. So children, now let us discuss how to identify whether uniform or non-uniform motion. So uniform motion is if an object covers equal distances in equal intervals of time. If an object covers unequal distances in equal intervals of time is non-uniform motion. Let's identify from the statements which are uniform and which are non-uniform. Movement of hands of a clock. Movement of hands of a clock. So hands of a clock is going to take equal distances. So it is uniform motion. A boy cycling in a crowded place. So when there is a crowded place, he may not take equal distances. Sometime he will move, then stop there. again he will move, then stop there. So here he may not cover equal distances. So it is non-uniform motion. Movement of a housefly. Movement of a housefly, how it will be? It will be moving from one place to another place. It may not cover equal distances. So it is non-uniform motion. Fan in an air cooler running at fixed speed. How the fan moves? At a fixed speed, continuously it is going to change. Is it that? So it is an uniform motion. A train entering into a railway station. When the train enters into a railway station, it is going to decrease its speed. Correct? So when it is decreasing its speed, at one place it will be some 50. Next it reduces some 40. Next it reduces some 30. So it is also non-uniform motion. Kite in the air. How that moves? How the air moves, the same direction, in the same direction it moves. So it shows that it is also non-uniform motion. Next, rotation of the earth around the sun. So how the earth rotates? It covers equal distances in equal intervals of time. So it is uniform motion. So what difference do you notice? Do you find in the movement of hands of a clock and the body of the butterfly? The hands of the clock is covering equal distances. The body of the butterfly is covering unequal distances. In which case the change of position with time is constant? In the clock, the time is constant. It is covering equal distances. Where the body of the butterfly is going to change its position and it is not, the time is not constant there. Okay, so observe this table. So a time in seconds, distance travelled in meters. For the 0 seconds, it has travelled a distance of 0 meters. For 10 seconds, 150 meters. For 20 seconds, it travelled 300 meters. So if you see like this variation, so the variation is equal here. The time is constant there. For every 10 seconds, how the object is moving? Initially, it is at 0 meters. So it has covered 150 meters. It has covered 300 meters. What is the variation here? It has covered 150 meters in 10 seconds. For each 10 seconds, it has covered 150 meters. So that shows an object covers equal distances in equal intervals of time. Then we call it as uniform motion. So see this table. So time in seconds and distance travelled in meters. 0 seconds, 10 seconds, 20 seconds, 30 seconds, 40 seconds. There is a variation of time here, but is it equal? There is a variation of 10 seconds initially, 20 seconds, 30 seconds and 40 seconds. The time is constant there. What about the distance travelled? Initially it has travelled 50 meters, from 50 to 90 meters. That means what is the variation there? 40 meters. From 90 to 180. Again the variation is 80 meters. From 180 to 230. More here. So it is going to change. So like this, the distance travelled here, it has changed. The object has not covered equal distances. Once it is 40 meters, another it is 90 meters. So it has not covered equal distances. So if an object travels unequal distances in equal intervals of time, then we call that type of motion as non-uniform motion. Best example of this, when you are moving on the road with a full of traffic లో మూవ్ అవుతాం కదా, అప్పుడు మనకి ఈ నాన్ యూనిఫామ్ మోషన్ అనేది కనిపిస్తుంది. యూనిఫామ్ మోషన్ ఎక్కడ కనిపిస్తుంది? డయల్ ఆఫ్ ద క్లాక్ ఈజ్ మూవింగ్ with equal distances. So children, In this topic, we have learnt about rest and motion, uniform motion and non-uniform motion. So, rest of the topic will continue with the next session, that is types of motions with examples. Thank you.